Hello and welcome to Three Cups Tarot, readings to uplift the collective. And today we're going to do an outlook for the week ahead. So I'm just going to simply draw 3 cards for you to pick from, and whatever you're being drawn to the most. Actually, this set of 3 just kind of plopped out. So whichever you're drawn to of these the most, that's a message for you this week. I'm going to take all uprights. I've already decided to for this part. So for the first card, you have the Fool. For the second reading, you have 6 of Sticks, which is 6 of Wands. And the last reading is Knight of Stones, which is Knight of Pentacles. So pause the video if you need to. Tune in to whatever imagery, words, or numbers are drawing you of the 3 options, and I will see you in the reading ahead for your week. Hi, reading 1. So you were drawn to this card, the Fool, 0, Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I feel compelled to point out there's actually a little chipmunk here, so if that's significant to you, there's a chipmunk. I was going to prepare more before I started recording your reading, but I was looking out my window and I saw for the second time an airplane fly by in exactly the same position and tilt as another airplane had done 5 minutes earlier. I thought that was so strange. First of all, because I don't often see airplanes outside my window, and then that it looked like exactly the same one. I'm taking that as significant for your reading. So maybe you're traveling this week, and the Fool is all about setting off on a journey. So I really feel like whatever travel you're doing this week, whether it is with a plane or another vehicle, the wind is very much at your back. You're very much supported in this travel, physically as well as spiritually. It's kind of like you need to do this travel to connect to some sort of calling or life path that I feel like you've been waiting for a while for, and the timing is right. It's been marinating in the background, and I don't know, I just feel this excitement around it, finally it's here. Maybe it's some kind of trip you've been planning for a while and you're finally it's happening. Yeah, this is happening, and the message is also to fully embrace it, enjoy the spirit of it, Don't get lost in the planning or the schedule. Just feel the moment, this figure here, because this definitely is the travel or the trip that you have been waiting for. The Frog and Lotus Metamorphosis, number 6. Wow. Lotus blossoms are all about spiritual growth and kind of ascension, leveling up, blossoming spiritually into a kind of with the Fool, a new cycle, a new challenge that you are strong enough to be able to take on now. And then the Frog is kind of about the cycle of life, kind of the life and death card a bit. Yeah, there's something significant this week for you with this travel you're doing, and you being in the right place at the right time to kind of fully step into yourself, step into your power spiritually of being who you are and who you're meant to be in this lifetime on this world. It's you're commanding your post is kind of what I'm channeling. You're stepping you're stepping into this role of, I say it feels like a role of service, but there's some kind of need that happens on your travel. You step up to the plate and then you fulfill it, and then at the same time it's you're feeling that you are yourself in that moment, and just things just click, and It's kind of like a, like a aha moment, like, this is it, this is what I'm here to do, this is what I want to keep doing. And in that sense, it almost feels like it alters your life, but it was really the path that you were on this whole time to get to that moment to realize, like, this is you, this is what you're meant to be doing. Let me pull some tarot cards from another deck. What else can our reading one be guided by this week? Whatever week that they're finding this message, how do they meet this moment? Any words of support? The moon in reverse. I feel like this is going to clear up some things for you. If you had some questions about a situation or a decision for you to make, or about an environment or people around you, you're not going to feel confused anymore. I also feel like the moon in reverse, I'm taking it in this card to mean the reverse of the full moon. So the next new moon will be significant for you. So you might want to look up when that is, whenever you're finding this reading. Wow, Queen of Wands. This is also the energy you're embracing as you're stepping into who you are. It's, I feel like the word assertiveness, you're asserting yourself into your own life, essentially, and therefore, like, into life generally, into the world around you. There really is this sense of blossoming, becoming, like, the person that you were meant to be. You're really going to feel this. You're going to have a moment where you just feel this deep inside of you. I feel like the advice for you when that happens is to hold on to it, really marinate in it, and understand what this feels like, and then come back to it for yourself. Don't just wait for it. Don't just wait for like another moment to feel this way. This is who you are. And so in moments where you need to remember, you can summon that back up for yourself. So this week, when you happen to feel that this is me, this is who I am, when I was saying that, I just realized, like, both women are holding a staff, right? That staff is so kind of key into what I'm picking up of you, like, asserting yourself and claiming your space in this world, claiming your identity and your path. There's a tiny bird at the top of this staff, if birds are significant for you. Just remember that feeling so that you can summon it within yourself if you ever need. 5 of Wands, here's another staff. 5 of Wands in reverse. The other opinions don't matter anymore. It's just you that's left. Somehow it's all burned away, or the voices are fading into the background. You could maybe have been mastering some inner critics or like internalized negativity. That is settling down now as you grow more assertive, even with yourself, with your own thoughts. I feel like I want to ask for, like, is there a sign that group 1 should look out for this week? What else can help them? Okay, so wow. There's your lotus blossom again. I did catch that no cards came out when I asked if there's a sign, but when I asked the second question, what else does the group need to know, this card flipped out immediately. So lotus blossoms may come up as a sign, but I wouldn't build your week around it too much. But if you see Lotus, just remember what this means, and that does mean that this is a big part of your spiritual journey, your spiritual development, becoming who you are, both in the physical lifetime you have and in the spiritual. It's really one and the same in this moment. Yeah, and that's why I'm really emphasizing that message of, marinating in that feeling so that you can summon it whenever you need, because that's a big part of your spiritual identity and your spiritual toolbox that you can rely on to do the work that you need to do in the physical. Oh, it's already been 10 minutes. I feel like I do want to pull one more card. Any guidance, last guidance for our group? One. Okay, this one wanted to come out. Seer, prophecy, lovely. Number 5. Okay, do you see the progression from the Fool to the Queen to the Seer? This is on all planes of life for you. This is all echoes and layers of who you are. And so you do have clairvoyant abilities. You do have a strong intuition of what's to come, of what's needed, of the future that is possible. So your reassurance is definitely to trust that. And it's only getting stronger as you keep blossoming on this spiritual development. Keep claiming yourself and your powers and your calling, your work on this world. What a lovely card to leave off with. So I'm going to wish you well on your week ahead, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes, and take care. Hi, reading 2. So you're drawn to the 6 of Sticks card. So I feel like you're in the middle of some challenging part of a long-term project or long-term work. Something you've been putting the long hours into. But I also feel this sense that you're just trucking along. Like, yeah, it is difficult. You have been doing this for a while, but it's like you're in a steady rhythm. You've got a good team on your side. You guys are locked in. You know what to do, and you're just trucking along. You're just keeping it steady. And your message is definitely that to keep doing that, you are going the right direction, and you're going to kind of like hit an important milestone, hit an important destination even if it's not the final destination you are going for. You're going to really see the results. You're going to start seeing the culmination of you and your team's work for all this time. And it's going to kind of give you the first sense of how significant this thing really is that you're working on. So, like, for example, if you're working on, like, say, a research of some sort, and you've been working on it for a year, collecting the data, going out and investigating and putting all the pieces together, it's kind of like you start to put the picture together, see how the picture is coming together this week. And so there's a big boost, there's a big rush of encouragement from that. If it's not something like a research project, it's something similar, but I feel that sense of like exploring and learning rather than building. So any kind of thing you've been working on where you've been trying in partnership with others to reach some sort of answers or get to some point where you can start building, for example, this is coming together in a big way this week. So let's see if there's any more information we can... Oh my gosh! Sorry if that was loud. Wow, the cards almost never come out like that. I'm going to take the top one. Yeah, it was very direct and forceful and almost like unwelcome, I will say. I don't know, it's like gravity just pulled that down. Let me think about interpreting that. But until then, right now you're getting number 30, the beaver and birch home. Interesting. So I almost was going to mention an example of like researching the right home to buy, or drawing up the plans for building your home. That came through in this card, but I didn't mention it. And then we have home here, so that could be meaningful to some people if you're doing something like that, where you've been doing a lot of research of where exactly to buy your home and how to fund it, and just getting the plans just perfect. It's been a long time putting all the pieces in place, but this is the moment where it's like it comes together, and it was really worth all of that work. You see just how right you and the team were doing that work. I just got mesmerized by the little notches in the birch branch here, because they suddenly looked like a lot of eyes. Do you see how that looks? They look like a lot of eyes if you kind of stare at it the right way. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of intense, but I'm gonna leave that to marinate for a bit. Something about, I can't really tell if it's eyes on you or your eyes kind of like on everything and being meticulous to detail. Yeah, let me just go ahead with, I feel like I want to get this dog deck. What else can our reading to be guided by this week as they go about their work, doing what they needed to do, possibly developing their home? Oh, number 3, the Empress. So 3 is important this week because you have 3 X's here representing 30. If you see multiple 3s come up, that's a sign to you regarding this message in your week. Wow, actually, this could be if you've been doing, like, say, IVF or fertility treatments. That could be the long road of work that you've been working on to develop your home, in the sense of the people who occupy your home, because the Empress does represent fertility in children. Wow, let's keep pulling. What's the message regarding this Empress energy? If it's not children directly, it's it can be like pets, it can be plants, it's just something like that you're cultivating in your life and caring for. It could be yourself and your partner, wherever the caring and the nurturing comes in. So this is the 4 of Swords in reversed. Yeah, I'm really getting the IVF sense from this card too. Like, it's kind of like your body is ready now, physically. And the 3 of Pentacles, there's another 3. If you are like retrieving eggs or trying to fertilize eggs, like 3 is a significant number. Yeah, there's a lot of excitement here. I want to say to be optimistic about the week ahead and whatever you're trying to fertilize, whether that's, literal or in the metaphorical sense of something you're creating in life. I mean, this does look like building a home as well. And like I said, working in a team, that is the teamwork, collaboration card as well. Your message keeps circling back to the same themes. Just keep going, because you knew exactly where you're going the whole time. You're leading everyone into success. And do you see how this dog is like you, able to like peek over the wall? Now that the other dogs have put together this ladder, that's what we're talking about. That's the moment you're hitting this week. You see some kind of culmination of your success, in the sense that now you have a different view. Now you do see the way ahead. And, that might entail traveling further down the road, but this major obstacle is out of the way now. That's really your message for the week. This major obstacle is out of the way because you followed your instincts. Your team was at your back and you did it. Yeah. Okay, I want to get a spiritual guidance card. I want this to be like the direct words from your spirit guides. So it looks like there's 2 that came out here. So take this cards as if your spirit guides were showing you this message themselves. Number 24, medicine bag, gather. And number 27, wow, you got home again. Reclamation, home. Okay, so I never read cards that way. I almost never say like read it as a direct message from your guides, but there is a direct message right here, right? If you put the 2 cards together, it says gather home. So there you go. Make a gathering at your home. There's something that you're going to be celebrating this week. So congratulations to you. I'm going to leave your reading just there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for any likes, shares, or subscribes. I also want to say that roses are a sign. Last minute, I noticed this rose in this card, and then this rose again here. Somebody's offering a rose. So if you see that, I also feel like it could be someone's name that comes up significantly. Wishing you the best week, and I hope to see you again in another reading. Hi, reading 3, you were drawn to this Knight of Stones card, and I love this Knight of Stones. It's just, first of all, it's so beautiful with the cave waters, but I love that the Knight of Stones is a ranger, a tour guide, sharing their knowledge, sparking curiosity with visitors who would have never even noticed or been able to have access to these natural wonders on their own, right? So it's like, I take this as representing you or somebody that's significant coming up this week. We'll find out more as we pull cards. Sharing, making accessible the wonders of the world in some way. So definitely teacher energy coming in here too, if that rings significant for you. But I want to pull up some more tarot cards from another deck. What can our reading 3 be guided by this week as they go about? One card just fell out. I'm going to take it. It's the 8 of Swords. Let me continue shuffling. What can our reading 3 be guided by this week? Starting energy of the Knight of Stones, teacher energy, sharing knowledge and access. So you're also getting the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. and the Lover's card. I'm feeling a message for you from these cards to make the connection that you're nervous or shy to make. This can be anywhere in your life. I mean, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be with a teacher, like I said, someone who inspires you. I'm getting this from the Lover's card to make the connection, put yourself out there despite your fears with the Eight of Swords. And with the Four of Pentacles in reversed, I feel the message of invest in yourself. So this could be, for example, if you're thinking of joining a graduate program, the way you would apply the advice is to reach out to that potential mentor. Even if you feel intimidated, put yourself out there and go for that program with invest in yourself, because this is right for you. It's just your fears and your self-doubt that are holding you back. I feel like you have wanted to go for this connection or go for this direction in life for a while now. You may have, if it is a grad program, you may have missed applying last cycle because you decided, that maybe you weren't ready, or maybe you weren't qualified after all. And you see the next cycle approaching. You're being encouraged to realize that I feel like this is you, the Knight of Stones. This is the path that you're meant to enjoy and to embrace and to fulfill in your life. So if that's ringing true with you, if you feel like you are a teacher, I definitely feel like I need to convey through your guides that this is right. It's not just hopeful, wishful thinking. This is who you are on a soul level. Let me pull up Okay, you're getting the Lizard and Pitcher Plant Stagnation, number 12. So I think we can see right there how that feeds into the bigger narrative of what we're talking about here, right? You might feel like things aren't going anywhere, that your life direction's becoming stagnant. Your message with that is to use that as motivation for yourself. Use it to help you wake yourself up and motivate yourself out of your fears. And one way you can do that, I know because the story behind this card is, if you notice the lizard's tail is blue, it's because in the story of this card, the lizard was able to release its tail as a decoy and then regrow another one. So it's not fully the same lizard as it was before, but it's still complete, it's still whole, and it's still itself. And so something that you've spent time regenerating yourself, healing from, regrowing yourself from, it's come to completion. And I really feel like I need to send the reminder to you that you are whole and you are still you after everything. And it's this complete and whole you that this message is for to pursue, whatever connection that you've been holding yourself back from, that original message from this reading. It feels like maybe you're like devaluing yourself because of what you went through, and you feel like maybe you lost your shot at something because maybe you hesitated or life happened and you didn't stick to the timeline on some like studies or career projection, for example. It's not the case. The message is that whatever you have learned in this time that feels like a deviation, that's really important for your pathway ahead. That's really essential for how you keep pursuing your dreams. Let me pull a couple cards to give you some encouragement and guidance on the week ahead regarding this. This one's not really coming out. Oh, there you go. So you're getting plantkin sensitivity, number 46. I feel like this is a message to kind of building from this last card with the lizard, to honor the sensitivities and the insights you gained from your hardships, because that gives you that extra insight to go ahead and become that teacher, become that guide that can reveal and make access to the world's wonders, right? And I really feel like for you, it's like the universe's wonders. So you may be relying on your intuition or even psychic abilities of some sort to help make something visible or real or known to others who can't as easily do that. I'm gonna get one more card for ending off. Self-expression. I really feel like your voice and your communication is really important. Not only for teaching, like we've mentioned so many times, but also for making that connection. Oh, it's landing on the card that gave me the connection message too. All you really need to do is be yourself and express yourself. You don't need to get fancy about it. You don't need to be strategic. I feel the energy of you trying to like make the perfect pitch or make the perfect approach. It's not necessary. What's necessary only is to like be present, to show up and express yourself honestly. Like just say what's on your mind. That's the only thing that's needed to make this connection on multiple layers. I feel like we're not just talking about that one key connection this week anymore. So I want to leave your reading there. I hope that's helpful to you, and I hope that you have an idea of what that connection is, and you do step up for yourself and express yourself. You have a lot to offer, and I'm wishing you the best week with that. Thank you for any likes, shares, or subscribes, and I hope to see you again soon.